So we've talked a little bit about what happens, before you get your offer accepted, right? But what happens after, and what are some of the things to avoid once you're under contract? What's up, everyone? It's Chris from Homestead Funding, and today I'm here with Lisa from Procopio Real Estate. And
Hello.
With the spring market coming up, right, we want to kind of talk about some first-time homebuyer mistakes that people maybe want to avoid. Right?
Absolutely.
So we come into a bunch of them. So I guess, what are some of the ones off the top of your head that people maybe really need to kind of stay away from?
Well, some people think that just because they have good credit that they're going to get pre-approved. So there are other things that go into that and getting pre-approved, and what they need to be aware of. And what are some of those things, Chris?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of these, online credit sites really aren't accurate, right? We actually have to pull from 3 different credit bureaus. So we pull from all 3 of them, and we take the middle score. So while one of the online sites might say that your credit score is 700, your middle score might actually be 615 or whatever it is, right? So it's going to be lower than what is online. So getting pre-qualified and understanding what your finances are before you really kind of take that next step is super important, right? And also, it's also, kind of getting understanding of what your budget is, right? And that's, talking with your lender and talking with whoever's on the loan with you. You want to get an understanding of where you are in terms of where you're comfortable in terms of monthly payment, right?
Absolutely, because you can have a down payment and money saved up, you can have good credit, but there's other things that play into that. So you really need to find out where you stand with your lender and your banking before you even start home shopping.
Right, and even you probably want to get an idea from a realtor too about what you're looking for in a house, right? And what neighborhoods you want to be in, and that's really where you come in, right? That's why it's so important to work with an agent, right? Like, you want to make sure, what's the school districts, if your family, there's different neighborhoods that might fit different people, right?
Absolutely. What I can do is find what you need, what your biggest criteria needs are, how many bedrooms, maybe you're looking for a certain amount of square footage. Once you find out your budget, then we can work with that list of what your needs are, and we can determine what's important. Because in today's market, you're not going to fit every little point on your checklist into that home. That's not the market that we have. There's not enough inventory and the demand is too high. So what I can do is help you navigate and find the best home that meets all of your needs, and we can get the job done. With the lender in hand, we can work out that budget and find out what you can really afford.
So we've talked a little bit about what happens, before you get your offer accepted, right? But what happens after, and what are some of the things to avoid once you're under contract, right? For my side, it's don't go out and buy a new car. Don't switch jobs in the middle of the process, and don't take out any new debt. Right?
Don't buy that new furniture for the home yet.
Right.
Don't order that until you've closed.
Right. After closing, I don't care.
And why is that?
Because what happens is, when you take out a new debt, right? Let's say you want to buy a couch for the house that you love. You're so excited, and you want to buy this brand new couch. That's $3,000. Well, I have to count that debt against you. So what that means is I have to take that monthly payment and put it against your debts and your income. And if your ratios, your debt to income ratios, which is one of the qualifying factors, right? If those are really tight, that might put you over the threshold, and you might no longer qualify.
Right.
Which is not a good situation, because then you can't move forward and proceed to get the house.
Right.
Right. So if you can just hold off and wait 30 to 45 days and then get the couch or the car or whatever you're thinking of doing, wait. Definitely wait. Yes, that's probably the biggest thing, at least on my side, on the lending side, that mistakes to avoid for first-time buyers when they're under contract.
There's also, too, you have to take into consideration, now you're under contract, now you have to pay for your home inspection, you have to pay for your appraisal, you also have to pay for your homeowners insurance, along with taxes, before you get to the closing table. So there are those other expenses that you need to pay for. So spending your budget on the new car or the new furniture might not be the way to go either way, because you will have unexpected expenses before you get to that closing table.
And if something does happen, let's say someone does something, right? Would their EMD check be in jeopardy too? So that's money that they're also out to?
Yeah, so your home inspections are contingent with that 1,500 EMD, meaning that if your home inspection doesn't go well and you are not comfortable with moving forward, you can get your deposit back. However, if you breach your contract and you're not able to perform and get to that closing table, you will lose your deposit and quite possibly some more.
Right. Well, Lisa, thank you for stopping in, kind of sharing what some things to avoid are for first-time buyers. It was really great information, so I appreciate you
Thank you
stopping
for
in.
having me.
Yeah,
It was a
and,
great learning experience as well.
Yeah, good. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, this is Lisa from Procopio, and I'm Chris from Homestead.